Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. I've got a scope in for review today. This is a Crimson Trace Brushline Pro. It's come from Sportsman Gun Centre, and although it seems like a fairly entry-level specification, 3 to 9 by 40, 1-inch tube, quarter MOA clicks, things like that, well, actually, this scope's got 90% light transmission, and although it will suit entry-level rifles, it will also, give you some great features for an actual serious hunter wanting a scope without too much complexity, with a little bit less simplicity and what more day-to-day usability. Now this scope's got a lifetime warranty with it. Crimson Trace scopes seem to have produced good results for me so far. And here's the scope in itself, just to show you what's in the box. We've got a little lifetime warranty tag that fits on there, for display purposes if you wanted to do that. There's a sticker in here. We've also got an instruction manual in here with all the specifications and a cleaning cloth there. The lifetime warranty specified again in the bottom of the box there, and as you probably saw, we've got some stretch over lens caps, so they just fit on like that. Put those back to one side for a second. So we've got cap dials for windage and elevation adjustability. Overall adjustability is 95 minutes of angle, and we've got some quite nice solid clicks here with quarter MOA per click. Each rotation gives you an entire movement of 12 minutes of angle, which is approximately 12 inches at 100 yards. Now the field of view on this scope is quite important. It gives you 39 feet to 11.3 feet at 100 yards. That converts to 11.3 to 3.7 metres at 100 metres for those who are more metrically inclined. As you can see, it's a very small, compact, lightweight scope. Overall weight is just 15 ounces, which is about 425 grams. So it's going to fit on pretty much every rifle you're using. It's all made from aluminium. We've got very nice smooth anodizing on it. It doesn't pick up the dust from your fingers. And we've got some nice rubber accents here for the fast focus eyepiece at the back, which makes sure you can get absolutely crystal clear reticle picture. And then we've got quite a nice characteristic engraved pattern on the zoom dial there to allow you to control magnification from 3 up to 9 times. Now this is a fixed parallax scope, and what that means is that it's been set up so it's parallax free at 100 yards. This isn't necessarily a problem on a hunting rifle. What you might find people do is that they'll dial it all the way up to 9 times on a close range target, and they'll say, well, it's out of focus, there's something wrong with it. Well, actually that fixed parallax is also similar, a little bit tough focus. So actually when you're shooting at the closer distances, you do need to just wind the magnification down to make sure you've got a nice clear image. But for the longer shots, when you are up at 9 times, you're not going to notice that. And although it is fixed parallax, don't get too obsessed about the fact that that's somehow going to decrease accuracy on a hunting rifle, because frankly parallax is not the huge issue you think it may be, especially on a lower magnification scope like this one, where at 3 or maybe 6 times, general hunting day-to-day use, you're not even going to notice any parallax issues with it, because you are dealing with a relatively low magnification image. And the point is, it's fast, you can point straight at your target, you've got no issues, it's a plex reticle, so it's nice and simple, there's not too much confusion in the tube itself, so you've got a nice fast point and shoot rifle. If you want to, you can take the cap off the top. This is again got the nice characteristic pattern on it to make sure you've got good grip on it here, and those clicks are quite firm. You can count those clicks around if you want to, and of course that means you can dial for longer distances if that's something you want to do, especially if you're out plinking or doing a bit of longer range shooting, just for a bit of fun practice. Now I'm going to put this on a 2-2 rimfire rifle, which means that especially for closer range shooting I won't be using the full magnification. I'll probably stay somewhere between 3 and 6. But the crucial factor is the compact size will suit the rifle perfectly, and with 3.5 inches of eye relief, which is about 89 millimeters, you're going to make sure you've got plenty of space to actually get that full vignette free image without any black marks around the edges. on that compact 2.2 rimfire rifle, which might be your day-to-day hunter, or it might be something you like to go plinking with as well. So this rifle's got dovetail rails on it. I've got some suitable rings for that. I'm going to put these on now. So we've got a nice compact scope, and it shows you we're not going to have any problems with it fouling the bolt or anything like that. Now I'm just going to take the bolt out to make it easier to set up and set the eye relief exactly as I want it. So I'm going to want that scope positioned approximately there. So I'll put this together now, check all the screws are tight, put the tops on the rings and tighten everything in place, make sure I've leveled the reticle. It's important to remember when you're setting up the eye relief on a scope, you need to just kind of move your head backwards and forwards a little bit and then just pop it in its natural comfort zone, because at the extremes of how far away you are from it or how close you go to it, you'll notice how sort of forgiving the eye box is. And the eye box on this is quite forgiving, so that's going to make it versatile for shooting from several different positions. Because when you're standing vertically or sitting, your head tends to be a little bit further back, whereas when you go to a prone position, it tends to push your head a little bit further forward. And it's important to make sure you set the eye relief in the middle of that zone to give you the most versatility from your optic. Now the last thing I need to do is set up my eyepiece focus, and it's got a fast focus eyepiece here. We've got a rubberized collar, which means it's easy to grip, and it's also got a nice soft edge just in case you do ever come into contact with it above your eye. On a rifle like this with minimal recoil, that's not going to happen. On most sporting rifles with 89mm of arrow leaf, you're also not going to have a problem setting up with any kind of recoil issues. Setting the reticle focus, it's important to do the following thing. Point the rifle safely into the distance. Don't try and do it at a target, and don't do this staring through it. So this is a fixed parallax scope, so we don't need to worry about that, but we are going to point at least 100, 150, 200 yards away, just so I've got that nice relaxed image, because my eyeball, the lens within it, will then relax and give me my maximum focal distance. And if I then look through the scope, immediately is the reticle crisp and sharp. If it is, great, fine, we're already done. If it's not, look away, look into the distance again, and make that small adjustment, and look again. Is it better or worse? Is it better or worse? Again, make the small adjustment, better or worse. Don't just stare through it, making an adjustment until it looks clear, because your eye will automatically be refocusing for it while you're doing it. And that means that when you are immediately getting onto the rifle, your eye takes fractions of a millisecond to refocus again. And that's a tiring activity for the small ciliary muscles around the lens in your eye. So make sure it's set up when you're looking at infinity, your eyeball's focused on infinity, look through it, is it sharp? Small adjustments, and that should be instantly in focus, and that means you can leave that alone now forever. You won't need to adjust that again. And if you do have the issue where you're looking at a target closer than 100 yards away and you are on high magnification and it does look to be out of focus, that is not the rear end focus here. This focuses the reticle. If you want to make the image closer focus, you have to accept that on a fixed parallax scope you can't focus at closer than the parallax distance, and you will notice it more on the high magnification than on the low magnification. So the simplest idea is just reduce your magnification slightly. You won't notice the focus issue, and the parallax does not matter on a sporting rifle at those distances.